And this week marks 6 months since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Intensifying deadly war has left thousands dead. It has forced millions to flee since it started in February. And outside of the bloodshed, the war is posing a devastating threat to the global economy, with high food costs and shortages that could create widespread hunger in the developing world. Now the U.S. is stepping up again its effort to help Ukraine, sending a $775 million aid package. And joining us now is Lieutenant General Richard Newton. Always great to see you. Thank you for being here.
Good evening, Natasha. Always good to be with you.
Thank you. And, we're looking at several aspects of this. Let's start with former NBA player Dennis Rodman. He is now saying that he is going to Russia to seek the release of Brittany Griner. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, my first thoughts is that the State Department issued several weeks ago, if not several months or so, a couple months or so ago, the highest stringent travel advisory against traveling to Russia. That's because of the Russia invasion of Ukraine. And so I would not advise Mr. Rodman or anyone else, certainly as a U.S. citizen, to travel to Russia of all places. He does have a track record with these type of adventures. If you recall, back in 2013, he had met with Kim Jong-un of North Korea and actually helped secure the release of Kenneth Bae in late 2014, who had been held by North Korea. But this is a very difficult situation for, obviously, the Griner family, but also Mr. Paul Whelan, who's been held since 2018, and he's doing hard labor right now for 16 years. And so I would advise that we let the State Department move through certain channels to try to free release of these Americans who are, again, detained in a way that goes against every grain of normalcy or, in terms of human dignity.
Yeah, so, I hear your point. Yeah, we actually spoke with Jamil Jaffer, the former advisor to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, about an hour ago. He had an interesting take on the situation, and I want to hear yours as well. Let's listen.
The Biden administration has indicated they believe his presence would not be helpful. And that's likely because what it'll do is it'll demonstrate to Russia that it's got public attention. Rodman going will generate more public attention and will put pressure on the Biden administration to do a deal that's not as good as the deal I think they want to do. They've already offered a very good deal to the Russians, probably better than it needs to be. The Russians haven't accepted yet, so they're trying to up the ante. Getting Dennis Rodman to come only, I think, makes the administration's job that much harder.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I agree with him. Not only does it make the Biden administration, the efforts that much harder, but also puts emphasis on Putin saying that I'll deal with a U.S. citizen such as a Dennis Rodman, and I won't even deal with and give any stature to the Biden administration, especially through the Department of State. And so it makes it that much more difficult. It also clouds the issue of the relationship. And I don't believe that it's really going to come to fruition that would be in the favor of the United States. But nonetheless, as a U.S. citizen, I would advise him, certainly with a level 4 travel advisory, not to travel to Russia, or any American to travel to Russia.
I absolutely hear you. There's one more important thing I want to get to, which is the daughter of a longtime ally of Vladimir Putin was killed in a car bombing. Russia is calling this a terrorist act. What are the odds that it will be found that Ukraine had anything to do with this, and could it cause an escalation in this war?
Well, I'm not going to, there's going to be investigations going on, I'm sure, on both sides. But the issue really is this daughter, who is a very pro-nationalist from Russia, has been very strongly supportive of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And she's the daughter of what is referred to as her father as the brain of Putin, who is very much a very right-wing nationalist political theorist and so forth. The concern here is that, and you've heard about the terms false flag in terms of warfare, but this could be a false flag in terms of information operations or even psychological warfare, where Putin takes a stand that it was Ukraine that would be, in my view, unfounded, but he would use it against Ukraine in the information war aspect of this, as well as trying to drum up support in his own domestic challenges that he's got in support of the war in the first place. So I think that's where this could go. It's not a false flag in terms of a ground war of any of that nature, but it's a false flag in terms of the information war. That's my take on this right now.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.